Yes, everybody, that is the face of the one and the only Glenn
Glenn
Lundy.
Lundy.
And he is right now enjoying a magnificent vacation with his family. But this morning, we are going to go ahead and caffeinate this Rise and
Remix.
Grind episode with you. Good morning. This is Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
This is Fred Lennartz, the subprime hero.
And we are excited to be celebrating. What day is it today, Fred?
Wow, today is 8/9/2021. It's already 9 days into the 8th month of the year that's going to change your life. Folks, time is going by fast. Take advantage of every moment. Do not waste it.
And like Glenn would say, today is the only day that it's going to be August 9th. It's the first and it's the last. So make sure that you own it. Take control of it. Take ownership. And let's get ready to rise and grind the right way. We are so excited that
Wake up
to team up on this. If you are not awake yet,
Caffeinated.
I don't know what it is that you're going to need. Maybe it's going to be a cup of coffee. Maybe it's going to be an energy drink. Maybe you're just going to have to splash some water on your face. I don't know what it's going to take. But this morning, you're going to go ahead and get up. It's time to hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Yes, yes, yes. So you know what it is that you do on this day and every other day. You go ahead and you pull out that hashtag rise and grind planner. And you
Another deal.
at that little top corner right there, and you read that quote of the day. And it has been contributed by our friend
Lauren Paquette.
Yes, you don't have to find your purpose to be purposeful. Purposeful? Wow.
I love that.
That is right in line with what it is that we want to talk about. I am so excited about that.
You ready?
This is going to be really, really fun. So do what it is that you do, all of you incredible hashtag rise and grinders, and share this around. Let your friends know that this is a very, very, very special episode. Our friend Glenn is going to be watching and enjoying his vacation while seeing all the support that you guys continue to give as we come and we caffeinate this episode. Let's get ready to have some fun. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father, 7,
8,
and the creator of what is going to be the number one most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
We are here
You're in the house.
Oh man, this is gonna be so exciting. I'm already excited. I'm already pumped up. I don't know who it is that I'm waking up, but hopefully it's you, and yeah, you right there. Are you up this morning? Kuchiko. Hopefully you're up and you are finding a reason to live better than you ever have up to today. Fred,
Man,
wow.
there's so many reasons to be happy right now. There's so many things going on in this world that are amazing. There's so many shifts going on, pivots going on. There's people growing. Technology is better than it's ever been, and we're using it more than we ever have. So take advantage of every moment like we talked about earlier. It is time to grow. It is time to show. It's time to know, right? And what we're going to do today is we're going to hang out. We're going to talk about some amazing things. We're going to talk about 3 of my favorite words. seed, time, and harvest.
Come on.
You know the deal. And if you guys know what we're talking about, you're going to enjoy this week. We're going to go through this. We're going to dissect it. We're going to inspect it. And we're going to talk about it. And we're also going to inject it, right? So we're going to make sure that you leave here with some caffeinated culture inside you, ready to grow, ready to go. And Lou, my homie, which way? This way. My homie Lou, love this guy. He's all the way in Iowa right now, my friends. He's up there celebrating his time, his last few moments of his son's technical childhood before he drops him off and delivers and plants that seed for him to grow. Because guess what? That's what's going down right now. He's up in Iowa. He's getting ready to go play some college football over at Dordt University. Represent. Right. I'm so proud of that man. Man, what a great place for him to be. I'm so proud of him, and I'm proud of you and Tiffany. You've raised 4 amazing kids. Congratulations. This is what I'm talking about when you talk about seed, time, and harvest. That is just a true testament to it right now, my friend. So congratulations. And I can't wait till you come back. He's going to be back here on Wednesday morning show, folks. But we're going to be together every morning. We'll be doing this live on here, on Facebook, and of course, to y'all up there in Clubhouse too. We love y'all.
Yes. So thankful that all of you are jumping in and joining us today. Hopefully we didn't scare too many of you away. And we know that we are not exactly the incredible people that Glenn is. I mean, look at Glenn. He's got 2 of us over here trying to hold down this one-man job.
What it takes.
You got to love. Bravo to Glenn. We're so thankful for this. But give it up, everybody.
Right,
go ahead and give it up. We want to make sure that we do show our gratitude in the very best way that we can. So as we do that, we want to make sure that you do that as well. And make sure that you tag somebody that needs to be up in here.
Tag them up.
Way to get this message spread around so that people can start their day off the right way is to share it. Because what, Fred? Sharing is caring.
It's always caring. And the more you can share, the more that you can care. So what's going on is that there's some amazing things that are getting ready to go down. I'm so excited. I'm so honored right now to be here for Glenn, so he can enjoy his vacation and be able to have his show continue. And being a guest host on his show is such an honor. Me and Lou, the moment that he asked, it was an immediate yes. Come on, I can't wait. We know we have busy schedules also, and I appreciate him for reaching out and honoring us with this opportunity. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that this show brings the same energy, if hopefully close to what he brings, folks. Some knowledge for you. So this way, when you leave here this week, you feel refreshed. You feel like you're ready to go. You feel like you're a certified solutionary, like Lou and I always talk about. We're going to keep growing here, folks. But you know what, Lou? I was going to close the show with it. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. So that being said, we're going to keep this thing moving, Lou. Let's, great subject we have this week, and Lou actually came with me with the idea earlier today. Said, hey, man, this is what I think we should talk about. And I was like, yeah, of course. This is what we've been talking about. It's kind of like been in our blood lately. So it's kind of influence, and it's one of those things when you can talk about what you're really working on in your life, it's really cool to translate to other people. It's actually when you teach and you show other people things, you get better at those things. It holds you more accountable. So I'm excited to do this because we need to talk about seed, time, and harvest. Lou, why don't you break it off? What's this all about?
So let's really hit that real quick, because I'm really big on being intentional about who it is that we receive from. Okay. And one thing that I absolutely love about Glenn is how loud and proud he is about his faith. As a matter of fact, his faith is what gave him even the idea to allow that shirt to be printed in the way that it is. That shirt that Fred's rocking right there, that beautiful #RiseAndGrind shirt, was the way that I even heard about Glenn myself. Yep. These seeds that he was dropping out there, seeds that were planted into a subprime hero that got him to get a shirt, jump on board. Hey, Fred, what's that shirt? Man, hey, that's #RiseAndGrind with Glenn Lundy.
You ever heard of him? Oh my goodness. No, but and he's so right. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna throw a real quick thing out there is that Glenn Lundy really influenced me a ton. I was in a growth period in my life. I was really trying to do a little upshifting and uplifting going on, and I was trying to get my brain right, and I was trying to figure out where I wanted to go with my career and my life. I ran into #RiseAndGrind. When I did, I was really influenced by his Morning 5 book. I read that book. I don't read a lot. I do now, but before I didn't. I read that book. It was all online. It was real easy to read. It was a great idea. It told me a little bit about his past, about how he became who he is today and where he's going. And I could tell you, I knew he was going to be going far because of the things that he's doing every single day. He sets himself up for success. So I had to get a little piece of that. It influenced me. It made me feel more courage, made me feel enlightened. He lives in Kentucky. So I was like, man, hold on a second. Hold on. So a Kentucky guy I can do it, you know, and it really encouraged me. It gave me that confidence that I needed to be able to ask somebody like Lou, hey, you want to do a podcast? Right. So of course that's where Car Guy Coffee came about. But, you know, enough about that. Let's keep talking about that thing.
I mean, we're right on there with that. But real quick, before we get too deep inside of that, I just want to real quick just cap that on the teacher side of it. The greatest teacher that ever lived, who hung on a cross for each and every one of us, right? That rise and grind is in that cross shape. And it was Jesus himself that said, if you can understand this one parable concerning seed time and harvest, you can understand them all. Now, he spoke in parables in a way that you would have to dissect the words. You would have to do an exegetical study into word by word of what it was that was being said. But he said, if you can understand this one parable, you can understand the kingdom. Now, that is an incredible statement from the one that is the walking, living truth. And that's just something that we need to understand and get into. As we get ready to do that, we want to make sure that you go ahead and get jamming with us. Okay. We want to go ahead and get you moving. We want to get you moving. Got Tony with the keys that's going to get this moving. So you know what has to happen right now. If you are running, you're going to have to run a little bit faster. And if you're not dancing, you're going to have to move in that shower. And if you
careful, don't fly.
Go ahead and pick up a little bit more or do a few more reps. Go ahead and get that going. But maybe while you're just brewing that coffee, grinding that up, pouring that over, sipping on it, smelling that smell. I feel so well. Folks, listen, we're here on Rise and Grind. And we're excited for this. We are so excited for this. And usually we would be interacting with each and every one of you. But go ahead and say hello to us so that we can say hello to you. Today,
a coffee cup emoji. I know that's what you were going with it, bro. Hey, listen, drop us a coffee cup emoji to let us know you're there. Let us know that you're awake, that you're caffeinated and you're ready to get pumped up for this week, that you're ready to rise and grind and do some things, folks. It is time to understand what seed time and harvest is all about, folks. All this work you're putting together, all this education that you're getting, all these mornings that you're waking up, all these reps that you're putting in at the gym, everything that you're doing, that is your seed. You have to keep putting that time in. I promise you, you listen to that time, it's going to happen. Everything is going to come to you. And when it's the right time, you're going to harvest the best fruit that you've ever had. It's going to be bountiful. It's going to be beautiful. It says right here in 2 Corinthians 9, verse 6. The point is, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. And whoever sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Folks, that is what we deserve. You have to put the work in. If you put a little work in, you get a little back. You put a lot of work in, you get a lot back. That is just the way it is. So don't expect things to land in your lap. Faith without works is dead. I talk about it all the time. You've heard it. We've all heard this. You have to put that work. The faith is there. You have that faith. God gives us faith. His son gave us faith. His son gave us eternal life. But what I could tell you is this. If you put the work in everything that you do, man, the harvest is going to be so bountiful that you're going to just be able to really just share with everyone around you and be able to give them so much more by pouring into them. When you're harvesting, it's not just a time to get, it's also a time to teach. Understand that when you seed, you're learning. When you are harvesting, you are teaching. Remember that. I love that. Man. So great. I'm excited about this week.
Feeling it this morning. He's feeling it. He must be drinking that Car Guy coffee.
Oh, dude, I'm like on my second cup. You already know.
Let's go. Fred is bringing that. So make sure that you're bringing it too. Make sure that you're just going ahead and feeling that flow.
Wake up, folks.
Feeling that fire. Go ahead and get that run again, just a little bit more in step. Get that cadence going. Get that head bobbing. If you're driving, go ahead and get that head rocking, right? It doesn't matter who's looking at you. Let them know you are on #Rise and Grind. And this morning, you also are brewing solutions, right? We are trying to find a way to make this world better by changing the way we start our day. And this is something that we have committed to with
Man.
our friend Glenn. So let's talk a little bit more about this seed time and harvest, right? So you guys heard us just mention it a little bit ago, that shirt right there was something that Fred got by being involved in watching, receiving, and applying some of the things that he learned from our friend Glenn, right? These things that Glenn has been depositing freely, these words, these episodes, these encouragements that he continues to drop inside of cups all throughout the land, all throughout the world. These were seeds. Now, influencers out there, if you want to influence people, you really want to influence the community that you're in, make sure that you are targeting properly. There are 3 areas that are key inside of your influence: influencing your relationships, influencing your business, and influencing your communities. And as we talk about these things through the week, we want to make sure that you understand in all of these things, you are going to reap. They could be good seeds. They could be bad seeds, but you're going to reap them. The rain comes and it waters the weeds and the seeds.
Right.
So if there's things out there that you've sown that you're worried and you're hiding, and man, I don't want that to show back up in my life. I don't want to see that again, right? Understand that you can go to those seeds that you've planted. What happens when a weed shows itself, right? We get out there, we can spend half a day pulling the weeds, or we can spend very little time pulling the weeds, but we got to get down to the root of those weeds, right? If they're growing, okay, they're there, but we got to get down to the root and pull them out, right? You got to yank those weeds out, because all that they're doing is sucking away the life and the energy and the light from the seeds that you have intention on growing. They're all reaching to the light. They're all competing for light. They're all trying to find a way to reach up towards that light. But what's important is that if you're cultivating something like your business, if you're cultivating something like a relationship, and if you're cultivating something like a community, that you're intentional. Again, we'll go back to that quote for August 9th, today, by our friend Lauren, right?
I love it.
You don't have to find your purpose to be purposeful. Glenn deposited seeds on this show that have grown into fruit that he can pull from today. What do I mean by that? What does that even mean, right? That means that he has friends that are high energy, not afraid to speak, not afraid to have a good time, not afraid to jump on a microphone, at a moment's notice and find ourselves entertaining or having a good time to motivate the same audience that he has spent years cultivating. But he wants to take time with his family. These are crucial seeds he's sowing with them.
Amen.
But fruit has been grown. That fruit is Fred and I. We're sitting right here. I can't tell you how much we honor this man. I can't tell you how much encouragement we've had from Glenn, just being a go get him. I believe in you. Go get it, right? Whether he knows it or not, the encouragement that he puts right here on the show has been things that have grown into a fruit now that he can pull from and he can trust. We're going to be here to do his show, right? And so inside of that, we now have seed bearing fruit. Because now we're here sowing seeds as well. We're dropping seeds out there to continue to cultivate a garden that is growing, that will see its time, and then eventually we will see a harvest. Fred, I know you have a lot of adoration for Glenn. I know you have a lot of excitement for Glenn. But I also know you got a lot of hot words you got to drop on this microphone today concerning seed time and harvest. So go ahead and let them know what this week is going to look like, because there are key things that we need to look at in being intentional about our seeds. And sometimes we don't even know what we're growing, right? It might be a peach tree. We might have thought it was an apple tree.
And sometimes you plant something and then you find out that you may never ever sit in the shade of it, right? But that's legacy, and that's something else that gets deep when you talk about seed time and harvest. The whole point of everything that we do is that how we're remembered when we leave here. And one thing I could tell you is when Jesus left here, he left a huge legacy for all of us to follow, right? And he was a perfect man who did everything he could to make sure that we could live a great life and be able to live an eternal life. And I really appreciate what he did, and what I could say is this: seed, when you planting seeds and you're doing that and you're taking the time to do so, I love the word that you said, it has to be intentional. When you're planting things and you just it's like grabbing a bunch of seeds, you don't even know what they are, but you have to have vegetables. And you throw seeds out there hoping it's vegetables, but you really don't know. So how intentional is that? That is called blindness, not even caring. It's just almost destructive. And that's why being intentional, educating, learning, knowing what you have in your hands before you plant it, and understanding what you have and the care you have to give it. Because some things will grow in light, some things will grow in shade, some things will grow better in drier conditions, some grow better in wet conditions. So you have to know what you're dealing with when you're planting your seeds. So spend the time to educate yourself. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend the time educating what kind of seeds you could put into the three things Lou talked about: your relationships, your business, and of course your communities, because all those things are so important for you folks. When you're growing, you have to make sure you take care of all those things. Relationships, number one, and the reason why we bring that up, it's not just your relationships with your family, your friends, your coworkers, and all that. It's your relationship with yourself and God. And yourself is really important. We have to make sure that we take care of ourselves. We have to make sure we educate ourselves, that we have the health in the body that God gave us that's, if you take care of it, can take you so far and can do all these amazing things: lift up, put away, right? You can walk, you can run, you could swim. That's what this body's for. Use it and make sure you take care of it so you can have it in your later life. This way you can give to others the way you want to. This way you can live a life that is fulfilled. When you sit there and you let yourself go, it makes it much easier to give up. Time will let you know by putting the work in. At first, it's not easy, but it takes time. So make sure you do all those things. Make sure you take care of yourself so you can pour into others. When your cup is not overflowing, it is time for your cup to be filled. So go out and learn. Get filled up with other people's information, their love, their joy, whatever you can. Read a book, even if it's not from other people. Get the Bible out.
Come on.
Right? Get the Bible out. There's so many guides. If you don't understand where to start in the Bible, there's plenty of websites. Give or call Lou or me, right? And there's so many people out there who will help you. That's the one thing. That's the thing. Like it's a great guide for you to really figure out how to do these three things we're talking about: seed, time, and harvest, right? There's so many verses that are just so magical that stick out, that really would punch you like exactly how you want. I mean, there's so many, but please understand that. That's what we're going to go over. We're going to talk about these things. We're going to show you ways to do that. I know Lou's excited about doing it. These three things are very important. I think that if you guys really get a good grasp about what this really means, and I know these are seed, time, harvest, it's about food, is what it sounds like, or wheat, or whatever you want to call it, but it's really the essence of life. It's a good way to put a visual to what you're doing. It's a good way to put some symbolic stuff to what you're trying to grow into, right? Grow is a big word. Keep growing, my friends. Right. So, I mean, I'm excited about this week. I'm sure y'all can tell. We have about 7 minutes left on the show, not even, and we're rolling about it. But we're going to bring it up tomorrow. We're going to get deep into talking about those three spots: the relationship, business, and community. So be ready for it, folks. Have your cup of coffee. Have your thing. Let's get this thing going. We're so excited to be here, man.
So ask that question to yourself this week as you consider the seeds that you're being trusted with, right? As you're considering what it is that you have in your hand. I've heard preachers speak of it before, and making sure that you do understand that there are some seeds you're supposed to eat.
No,
and there are some seeds that you're supposed to sow. Make sure you don't eat the wrong seeds. Some seeds you got to get out of your hand. You got to put them into the ground. You got to put them where it is you can't even see them anymore. Where now it takes your faith to come into alignment. For those of you that don't know what happens to a seed when it gets into the ground, it has to die. And then it comes exploding with life out of the ground, reaching towards light. That's what it is that you're doing in all of the relationships that you're building, in the words that you say to your spouse, and the things that you say to your kids, and the times that you show up to the ball game, and the times that you don't show up to the ball game, and the times that you are showing grace to people that don't deserve it in front of your family, and the times that you're not showing the grace in times where your children are wondering how to act when they get a little scathed in life, right? All of these seeds are going to grow, all of them, my friends. And instead of praying that some of the seeds we didn't want to sow, hoping that they don't grow, instead, let's pray that we become more and more aware of what seeds we hold inside of our hand, where it is that we are to put those seeds. Your seeds are also your time, right? Time is so key, right? Fred is doing an incredible job right now of depositing seeds into different areas throughout the day, because each minute is another seed that he has to get so much done. He's right now crushing this 75 hard, right? And he's doing all of these other things, right? We're still hosting our show. We're helping Glenn with his. We are making sure to get the job done on the lot, and all of the other things. The little moments that we have are the seeds. The conversations, the likes, the messages, all of these things that we're doing with people and interacting with them, they're all seeds.
Yes.
And eventually there will be a harvest. There is a big 4-letter word in between there, and it's called time.
Time. But let me tell you something really quick. We don't have a lot of time left, but what I want to say is this: time is probably the biggest and greatest gift that we've ever had. It's also the thing that just kills me the most, right? Because with time, it's so important, because time heals all, right? We've all heard that before, right? And through time, we learn, we get smart. Our seeds do get to germinate. They grow, they sprout, they become trees, they become fruit, right? That takes time. And that's why it's so beautiful and it's amazing. It's just a beautiful thing. But our time as humans is very short on the planet, right? But with once again, it gets even deeper. You put the seed and the time when you harvest is the afterlife also, folks. Understand, that's actually the ultimate. It's the afterlife, the harvest. What you do here, what you're doing now, all the work you put in, making the right decisions, having integrity, having all the things you're supposed to have as a human being on this planet right now. The things you're not right now, always, is just being good, doing righteous things, giving to others. That is the true harvest. At the end of the day, when you get to sit there at the pearly gates and you're going to be welcomed with open arms, that is true harvest. That is what seed, time, and harvest. So that's how deep it really gets. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today, folks. And that's something for you to think about. Whether you believe in, the God Almighty with Jesus Christ, or you believe in whatever you believe in, the universe, whatever it is, just understand it's all the same. It's what you do here is what you get back. We've all heard of karma. Believe in that stuff, man. What you get into, what you put out is what you're going to receive, my friends. The seeds you plant, whether they're weeds or they're not, is what you're going to get back. So make sure they're not weeds. Make sure you know what they are and they're intentional. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, they are intentional and you are purposeful.
Right on.
We are so thankful that we had the opportunity to hang out with you today. And we definitely want to make sure that we see you the rest of the week.
Woo!
Glenn is enjoying an incredible time at the beach with the family, seeing some pictures. Make sure that you watch his story. Make sure
they're awesome.
See what it is that's going on. They are having an absolute blast.
First time that some of them have ever even seen the ocean. Yes. How cool is that, man? That is beautiful. And they're at such a beautiful place, Ballhead Island. How cool is that?
What? Yeah, they're definitely suffering for the kingdom right now.
Yeah, they really are.
No, but they are having a great time, enjoying each other as they should. The seeds that they're sowing right now on the beach are going to reap a harvest when their kids are older and have their own families. And they get to say, this is what Dad did with me here. We jumped up inside of a gigantic Sprinter and we went on a Lundy adventure. And
it.
Memories are going to mark them forever. So we are so thankful again that Glenn, you get the opportunity to go do that. We get the chance to help you out, and that you all are here supporting him right now on the show. Give yourself a hand clap, a high five.
Yes, but here, listen, folks, before we go, you guys know with us, Certified Solutionaries, Car Guy Coffee Podcast, for Lennartz, a subprime hero, and my homie Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
Yes.
Before we go, we got to do our 3 Fs.
Yes.
Y'all know what they are. If you don't know what they are, you're about to find out. Lou, won't you break it down for them?
We are going to apply 3 Fs so that we can keep growing. Sometimes we don't sow the right seeds. It's okay. Forgive it. Forgive, focus, and fly so that we can keep growing. Glenn is a pro. He's done it with us on stage. He's done it with us multiple times on the Car Guy Coffee podcast. And today we are doing it on hashtag Rise and Grind. We are going to forgive, focus, and fly. So join me, hashtag Rise and Grind, and all of you incredible solutionaries out there. Go ahead and put your hands on your shoulders and understand that this represents unforgiveness, and we're going to wipe that off. We're going to focus, and we're going to fly on out of here so you can go enjoy your day. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus. Fly. And keep growing. Keep growing. Keep growing. Yes.
Woo!
Man, what an incredible morning. You know what's going on, everybody. Go make your day incredibly great. Go high five somebody. Go bring the smiles. Go be intentional about the seeds that you're sowing. And make sure that you honor well today. Be aware of the time that you're spending. Be aware of the smile on your face. Be aware of the people around you, and understand that they need you to be the best version of you today. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And I'm Fred Lennartz, the subprime hero.
And you have been enjoying this special time, this special brew of hashtag Rise and Grind. Thank you so much for joining us today. Everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure that you if you're not on Clubhouse, you go ahead and jump over there, meet us there. We will see you later. Have a good one.
Love you guys.
Bye-bye.